And what was it like training as a boxer at first? Was it hard for you? Did it come?
Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you something. I was Danny Lopez's sparring partner when I was 16 years old, 17 years old. Danny was getting ready to fight David Cote for the world title in Ghana, Africa, and I dropped Danny in the gym, at the Main Street gym. And Howie Steiner got so pissed off at me, he made me get out of the ring, and he didn't pay me, that prick. And of course, he got killed. I didn't do it though. I didn't do it. But Howie was a good man, he really was. But growing up, bro, going to the Main Street gym and seeing guys like Scrap Iron Johnson, like I saw Joe Frazier in there one time, Danny Lopez and Carlos Palomino and Mando Muniz. Now Mando is a good friend of mine now, and I like to joke with Mando. I said, Mando, you have to respect a guy like Mando Muniz because he's ugly before the fight, bro. You think this guy beats his own ass? You think he cares about you, bro? His ears are so fucked up, and poor Mando's nose looks like it hit by a truck. You gotta love him. Yolanda, she's the best lady on the planet. She's been married him for 100 years. That's only the face a mother could love.
Actually, isn't Mando and he's in the Hall of Fame committee, isn't he?
Right, exactly. He's a president of the World Boxing Hall of Fame. Albert, where do you live, bro? You're living up north?
I live in Oxnard.
Bro, the guy, I keep forgetting his name. And he was one of my idols. Welterweight that got manslaughter charges against him for being drunk and driving.
Yeah, Lupe Aquino.
But let me tell you something, bro. There was nobody that I could see that had a more beautiful boxing style than him, than Lupe Aquino, bro. He come in the fucking ring in a tuxedo. Just tell me how motherfucker want to play ya. Here's a good-looking kid, man. And Lupe is a good guy, bro. But those were my idols when I was growing up. I really enjoyed going to the Main Street gym to train. That was, for me, it was a highlight of my life, as growing up. And then, of course, after you turn pro, you have to walk all the way up those stairs. Damn, dude. It was nice, man.
And what did you think of your amateur career?
Bro, going back and looking at my amateur career, I lost my very first amateur fight. It was a smoker. And then I went 49 in a row as an amateur and then 47 in a row as a pro. And the guy who beat me was a guy named Francisco Flores. I don't know if you remember him. But Francisco Flores, I promised him I was going to ruin his career. I fought him as an amateur, fought him in the National Golden Gloves, and then I fought him as a pro and I retired him. I told him, you will never beat my ass again, ever. And he didn't.
And do you think it's important to have an extensive amateur record or experience?
Well, it's very important to have a lot of experience going into this. But let me tell you something, number three. The amateur ranks are tougher than the professional ranks, bro. It's tough. That's why I have a lot of respect for Pablo Gonzalez. You're an Olympic gold medalist and Henry Tillman. These guys are gold medalists, dude. To become a gold medalist in the Olympics, you gotta be one badass bitch. Because you have 3 rounds to get busy, and that's it. And you better get yours. You better get your fight on in 3 rounds, or it's over. Like I said, back in those days, man, it was tough, bro. I fought in nationals. I even fought in the Pan Am games, bro. Listen, when I fought in the National Golden Gloves, bro. We had 5,000 participants. 8 champions walked out of there. 8 gold medalists. And you see kids, you guys become friends, and all of a sudden there they go. They're leaving. Every day they had 3 rings going 24 hours in a week, and the finals were at the end of the week. One time, Albert, I fought 3 times in one day. They don't do that stuff no more. Yeah, no, we fought. One time I fought at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I fought again at 5:30.
For your first pro fight, what do you remember of it?
I fought a guy by the name of Franco Mata, and I was in Tucson, and it's probably I was so hungry to knock him out because my dad was ill, and I wanted to get home to my father. So I stopped him in the 3rd round, I think it was. Bro, everybody's got their story, bro. My father had back-to-back open heart surgeries. I was begging promoters to give me fights every week. One time I fought 5 times in the month. I fought for the Arizona State title, I think in my 10th professional fight, because I had to support my little brother and take care of my father. I fought in the Don King United States Boxing Championships in 1977, and my division was the only division to finish. That began making my money, By the time in 1980, I had 6 digits. I built my dad a home. I bought him this lot. He built a house, and that was my dad.
And you busted your ass for it. I mean, I think your record says it all there.
Well, yeah, I had a couple of fights, bro. Yeah, and dude, and like I said, Albert, I worked hard, and I wanted to become that champion, And everybody wants to become that champion for their dad. But I was wanting to survive. I wanted to make a living for my dad because I knew he wasn't going to be able to work it. And I told him, don't die, Dad. If you don't die on me, I'll win, and I will make you a living. You'll never ever have to work again. And he lived, and I had him a very good life, you know. And he died at the age of 59, bro, from diabetes.
And what year was that?
He died in '88.
So you have a whole bunch of wins. I mean, yeah, what, 46, 47, and
I was 47 and 0 before I got a shot at the title.
Who called you that night and said, hey, you know what?
Don King called us at 8:30 at night on a Sunday and told me I was fighting in 3 weeks for the junior lightweight title against Alexis Arguello. And I told him, I'm not fighting Alexis. That's not my weight division. I got a contract to fight Danny in April. If you don't fight this fight, you're not fighting Danny ever. So I took the fight on a 3-week notice.
What was your preparation like, knowing that all the odds were against you?
Training camp. We went to training camp, and I knew one thing. I had to outbox him. I went to training camp immediately. I had already been training lightly, and then this was during Christmas. We fought January the 20th, you know.
Did you feel the difference as far as the weight, since he was bigger than you?
I weighed 128 pounds. Alexis was 130 by the time we fought. He was about 150 pounds.
Did you feel the difference as far as, like, in his punches and all that?
Bro, he was so much stronger. I was outboxing him, bro, but, I'm fighting a legend, dude. This guy, one shot, bro, ruined my whole day. Bro, he hit me with a right hand, dude, and then he hit me with a left hook to the body and a little uppercut, bro. And I didn't know where the fuck I was at. The referee asked me, where are you at? I go, in the mess. And they ask you stupid questions. What day is today? I don't know. I didn't know the day coming into this fight, you know? So, and like I said, 90 days later, I fought Salvador Sanchez, and then I fought Laporte.
What did you think of that fight? I know Salvador, I know you probably don't want to hear this, but Salvador is one of my all-time favorite, if not my all-time favorite fighter.
What do you think Salvador Sanchez against Julio Cesar Chavez in their primes?
Who do I think? I would want to say Sanchez.
Salvador would have got knocked the fuck out, bro.
You think so?
And I don't mean to disrespect him, and I'm not trying to disrespect him, but Salvador Sanchez could not punch, and he could take a shot. The thing that Salvador did that was so different than us, his recuperation time was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Nobody could recoup like he could. And he could be dead tired in 30 seconds, just like brand new. But Salvador Sanchez, I don't get where everybody said he was pound for pound the greatest fighter in the world. If he was such a great champion, why would he not fight me again? Why would he deny me a title, a rematch? You know, bro, he was going like he was following me. Whoever I beat, I'd fight him. You know?
And actually, he was going to give Laporte a rematch.
Second shot.
You.
Before me.
Yeah.
You see? And that's what I'm saying. If he was such a great pound for pound, why? He knew I beat him, dude. He knew. He got off the fucking ring. Why wouldn't he give me another shot?
And do you think it had to do with his people? You think it had to do with him? You think it had to do with promotion?
No, I'm going to tell you why. I have a friend of mine, and you can call him. His name is Manny Mancera. Manny Mancera was in a hotel room with Torres Landa and Salvador Sanchez. He was good friends with Sal. And Cristobal Rosas. And he was in a hotel at Caesar's Palace, and Torres Landa said, mira, Chava, tenemos que pelear la revancha con Rubén Castillo porque el Consejo Mundial nos está dando muchos problemas. So, you know what he did? He's watching TV, and with his hand, his finger, his motion, no vamos a pelear con él. Tenemos que, he says, no. And Manny Mancera was in that room. He said, Medro, yo te voy a decir una cosa. And this was years after, bro. Chava did not want to fight you. Oh, hey, that I already knew because he wouldn't give me a shot. So let me tell you what happened. Don King told me, he invited me to the fight with Salvador Sanchez and Wilfredo Gomez. He says, you will fight the winner. I said, Don, he told me, if Wilfredo Gomez beats Salvador, I have a contract for you for $600,000 to fight Wilfredo Gomez. I said, Don, why don't you make it for $6 million? Because Wilfredo Gomez is going to get his ass kicked. Wilfredo Gomez lost the fight on the scale, dude. He was so sucked up. I was at the fight. There was no way. I put $2,000 on Salvador Sanchez to win by knockout because I saw Wilfredo Gomez spitting, running, and plastic 2 hours before the weigh-in, bro. And in those days, bro, we weighed in at noon and fought at 6 o'clock, or say we fought the same day. It's not like here now that, nowadays where they can recoup.
Man, that's crazy. I didn't know all that background, but...
Bro, do you remember that fight, that riot?
Yeah, in the outside,
I threw the first punch in that riot. I was sitting in the first row with me, Angelo Dundee, and Ray Leonard, and Don King, and Wilfredo Gomez. You know how they throw that thing in, and whatever color that's where the corner you go to or whatever?
Yeah.
Wilfredo Gomez was in the corner that I was sitting in with Don and Angelo Dundee and Ray Leonard. And he looked at me and he saw me. And he points at me and he grabs his dick. He says, "Tú sigues, hijo de puta." And I flipped him off because we hate each other. When they got knocked the fuck out, they got off the ring and his brother pushed me and I cracked him, bro. I hit that motherfucker so hard with the left hook, dude. He looked like he got shot. And then Wilfredo turned around and I cracked Wilfredo and here comes the Mexicanos from one side and the Puerto Rican, and it was a fucking riot. And they grabbed me, and Don grabbed me, and the bodyguards, and they rushed us out this motherfucker. This is a great story. Angelo goes, he was breathing so hard. The next fucking time you do that, you tell me you do it, you son of a bitch. So I can get the fuck out of the way.
Hey, where was all that hate that you had against Gomez? Where did that come from?
We have hated each other from day one, bro. Let me tell you, he's always said that he's going to knock me out. Fuck you. First of all, he was too light for me. He told me, what's because he thought that I'd be Salvador Sanchez, bro. And he wanted to fight me. He wants to do it. I'm ready, baby. Any fucking time you want it. So Don says, if Gomez beats Sal, I said, I want Sal. Sal's going to knock him out. And they still will never fight me, bro.
What was that atmosphere like that day and for that fight? I remember watching on TV, and they had all the bands. Remember all the musicians and the
oh yeah, dude, bro. You know it's just that you almost knew a fight was gonna break out. I didn't know it was gonna be me to start it, but that fucking the Puerto Rican people and the Mexican people, dude, we just can't get. It's like the Crips in the blood, bro.
Yep, it is.
It's like the dogs and the mailman. You know,
especially
we just can't get along. And we make the best fights. But you know what's so crazy? Me and Juan Laporte become best of friends. That's a good guy. After our fight in Puerto Rico.
What happened there with your fight with Kelvin Lamp? I know he fought you in Bakersfield. Got you by points.
You ready?
Yeah.
Look at this.
Let it go, man. I know you will.
When we fought, my manager sent me to Mexico City, bro, with Julio Hernandez to train for this fight. And I'm thinking, what the fuck are we coming to Mexico City when I'm fighting in Bakersfield? I live in Bakersfield, and I have to go way over there. 3 days prior to my fight, we get back to Los Angeles and into Bakersfield. The day of the fight, bro, I get chorro. Montezuma's revenge landed. Bro, I weighed 123.5 pounds, and the weight was 127, give or take. I was chorro, bro. When I got in the ring, bro, in the second round, I had to take a shit, dude. All I was doing, I wasn't worried about losing or winning. I was worried about shitting on myself, bro. It was the most horrible. And you know Marty Denkin? You know the referee Marty Denkin?
Yeah.
He came to my corner in the 10th round. He says, I don't know what your fucking fight plan is, but it's not working. He says, would you fucking throw a punch, Ruben? Make me try to stop a fight? I said, Marty, I got shit so bad. So I lost, and as soon as they gave the decision, I ran out of that fucking ring, and I dropped another 6 pounds of shit, bro. So I stayed in Bakersfield, and I fought a rematch, and I knocked him the fuck out in 5 rounds. But the first time, that's what happened.
Wasn't it in 2?
Or something else.
And you did there in
I knocked that motherfucker silly. Yeah, I stayed there, trained there. I was already in shape. I had my next fight right there. I knocked that motherfucker the fuck out.
And then right after that, you fight Becerra.
Exactly.
And you fought in Mazatlan. What is it like, especially for someone that's raised out of here, born and raised from here, and you go to Mexico, all of a sudden everybody changes, or even if you fight here, like when there's a Mexican crowd, even if the Mexicans are from here, they go for the guy from it.
I know, bro. Of course. That's just the way it is. Over here, you're not a Mexican if you're born here, bro. You're born in them.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? Dude, my father's from Atotonilco, Jalisco, bro. My dad's family. You know? We're Mexicanos, bro. We got fucking nopal right here all over our frente, dude. I even work for Univision, you know? I speak fluent English and Spanish, dude. You know, you get no credit for it, bro. Pinche pocho culero and all kinds of shit going at you, you know? Bro, I hit him so hard, dude. I left him tendido, dude. We had to hide under the ring, bro. They threw bottles and chairs and la madre, dude. They didn't care for that, because I was their idol, you know? I come to Mazatlan. They said, oye, Castillo, ¿cómo te gusta Mazatlan? Ya pesta pesado, bro. And because I said that they hate me, get the fuck out of here. I tell the truth. I don't care, bro. You know?